Good morning. Ni hao. Bonjour. I am very glad to be with you today in Taiwan. I thank once again the jury of the Biennale Print Exhibit 2022 ROC for giving the gold prize to 54. I'm very happy for that. So let's start explanation about this work. As you may have noticed, 54 is the number of squares in the entire print. In fact, this is made with 108 matrices. So here they are. 54 is an adventure I didn't plan in advance, an adventure without a map. I began on the 1st of January with a series of 9 mezzotins. Then I continued the series by drawing 9 mezzotins per month during a year. At the beginning, I drew circles. It was an idea of my father, who is a painter. And the circles became planets and stars. And then I started to print my first series with 3 colors, red, blue, and yellow. I printed 2 interesting proofs and then continued drawing mezzotins. I was very interested with the result because each print brought its own surprise. And I made a discovery. The output changes with the printing order of colors, in particular with the last printed color. And then I thought it would be interesting to explore colored superposition of different images. I dropped planets and cosmos to draw geometrical figures. Here I only printed 2 colors on a selection of images, the red and yellow one, for example, and the red just here. My approach is a kind of random combinatory art. I combine images and colors. I proceed without a projected goal. The output, more often than not, is unexpected. Sometimes I consider it is a success, and sometimes a failure. Each print belongs to the series of images made possible by the device I set up. Each matrix is like a piece of a puzzle, but unlike usual puzzle, the global image is not given in advance. At each printing, there is a new unprecedented image. This is a generative puzzle. I also show during the presentation you a digital aspect of the mezzotin prints. This was the first step, set up a framework, and then I gave my way to my inspiration and let flow freely. Listen to myself and the spiritual part of me. I found my inspiration everywhere, in books, in paintings, in photographs, in graphism, in the streets, in my house, in the past, and maybe in the future. Printing by 54 is the way I found to explore the maximum of possibilities at the same time. But it requires a lot of work. Hopefully, I found a lot of help with my friend and engraver Louise Gros, who works also at l'Atelier aux Lilas. We faced several setbacks before getting a good print. The paper toured, the plates moved with the movement of the press. After 10 hours working, it's quite disappointing. Then I searched some help from another famous printing studio in Paris called l'Atelier Moret. There you can see some printers. And finally, succeeded with this print that received first prize at the International Biennale de Sarcelles in France. This print follows a strict protocol. Each series of 9 is a random on itself. The first pass is yellow, the second red, and the third is blue, but with 6 shades of blue, 1 for each series of 9. here are the shades of blue, but on another print. Jean-Marie Marandin, an engraver and friend of L'Atelier aux Lilas, had fun in finding the formula to calculate the number of different possibilities prints with 54 matrices in trichromy. He found this beautiful comparison with the size of the universe. The generative puzzle needed more pieces, so I continued making more images to explore more connections and more meanings. When the sense of the matrix is reversed, the meaning changes. Here it is me working on a 54 print at L'Atelier aux Lilas. Here are the shades of blue, and just next to me it's my friend Louise Gros, who helped me to print it, because I cannot do it alone. The shades of red and the shades of yellow. Here, adjusting plates on template on what we call TGP, it means very big press, which is a Le Deuil press. So elementary matrix are prepared and engraved separately. They come together and get connected at the time of printing. This is why it is a critical and significant moment. The word for printing in French is impression, the same word we find for French movement of painters, impressionisme. It refers to the crucial moment when something new happens without knowing the final result. It's like a game. People are invited to enter into the labyrinth of analogies. Connection with new technologies is something I'm interested in. I worked with a friend of mine called Grégoire Henry on a digital animation based on mezzotint work. All matrices were printed in 4 colors, C, M, Y, K. So here is the blue, the red, the yellow, and the black. It is once again the best way I found to explore more possibilities of different random combination. We tried a lot of color combination because it's really more easy with a computer. And I show you some examples. So this is with 12. And I can also this is by 54. So you can see there are different rhythm we choose. So it's with 108. And I also take screenshots and do screen printings with this. This is another aspect, another approach of the project. Here I assemble the pieces of the puzzle with individual Kozo paper prints. I compose a global print with scans of individual prints on my computer and then glued it. And this is 4 pieces I did with that. Mezzotint is a difficult technique and quite time-consuming. Rock in place requires a lot of time, even though I like it because it gives me inner peace. This is engraving plates, And all this project could not exist without steeling, which add copper the hardness of the steel. And I just want to show you a short, very short film.
Ouais. Ça, c'est des particules d'acier qui viennent avec l'électricité qui passe là et là, qui se... Et quand on coupe, ça, c'est la note.
Quand j'étais chez vous l'année dernière, du coup j'en ai acheté, ils font une grande vente au mois de novembre.
Surtout la face qui est importante.
Thank you very much for listening.